Straddling the Oregon-California border, the Klamath-Siskiyou is a world-renowned hub of biological diversity. For part 2 of OTG's North State and Southern Oregon adventure, we head to southwestern Oregon, deep into the Rogue-Siskiyou National Forest. At 231 miles in length and with 21 discovery points, the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail captures the beauty that Oregon is famous for. The trail traverses the watersheds of 8 rivers, red rock serpentine landscapes, dark and brooding temperate rainforests, and unlike many other tracks in western Oregon, the views are mesmerizing and plentiful. Come see for yourself why the Klamath-Siskiyou is called the wildest place left in the West Coast. For part 1 of OTG's North State and Southern Oregon adventure, we made a quick stop at Usal Beach along the Lost Coast. After visiting Usal Beach, we'd shoot up north to the Smith River National Recreation Area to take on a portion of the Steelhead Adventure Trail. Part 2 finds us jumping across the Oregon border to take on the 231-mile-long Wild Rivers Discovery Trail. If you'd like more information about this track, including the detailed route guide, recommended vehicle, GPX files, trail descriptions, and more, please head to our website at overlandtrailguides.com. Why don't we get into our adventure now? Alright, so we are officially on the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail. The very beginning is a paved section here along the Winchuck River, but gonna be a good one. Hopefully we'll be hitting dirt here soon, and we'll show you the river in just a little bit once we get a little bit closer. We'd hoped to eat lunch at the wide open meadow next to the Ludlam house, but unfortunately for us, a large group was setting up camp in the meadow. We doubled back and headed to one of the campsites along the Winchuck River that would serve as our lunch stop for the day. So we just finished up our little lunch break by, I believe it's the Ludlam house. There were some people camping over there, so we couldn't go set up, but it looks like a really nice spot. We're just going down to the Winchuck River. Lots of mosquitoes out right now. This is more of a creek. I'll show it to you guys, but it's still pretty nice. You can soak in here. It looks like maybe it's 4 feet deep. After lunch, we hit the trail and headed into the great unknown with only a semblance of what to expect. It had been a heavy winter along the West Coast, and both Andreas and I brought our chainsaws as it was still relatively early in the season. And soon enough, we'd hit some fresh deadfall that would need to be cleared. This was the only real deadfall that needed to be cleared, which was a bit ironic given the much denser forest we'd encounter at the northern end of the track. A couple of locals helped us with the second tree, providing some helpful tips from their years working in forestry. Definitely need the chainsaw for this guy.
there.
There you go.
Well, now we got the same problem.
Yeah.
All our lives, so we decided to do something that was a little better.
That's how we used to pay for our hunting trips when we were kids. So cut fire.
We were driving through that oak patch, man.
All right, so we're at one of the discovery points in the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail. I think this is the Sawtooth Redwood Botanical Area. The road ends here. It's all washed out. I'll show you in a minute. But we've seen a couple of redwoods. This is like the northern terminus of their range, basically. They go into Oregon a little bit and then gives way to all of the other awesome trees that you find up this way. So we definitely not gonna get any further than this. This big massive slide came through, but you can see it looks like, I think there's some Doug fir. A lot of these are Doug firs actually. You can see some redwoods across the way. A lot of them survived. Being that we were on the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail, I felt it only appropriate that we'd spend the afternoon soaking at the Chetco River. We checked out a couple of potential camp spots before settling on the Redwood Bar camping area. The Redwood Bar was scenic and had some great swimming holes, but also rather busy given that it was a Saturday. Come on, people. It's not. The Redwood Bar is an absolutely mesmerizing location. It's really a shame that some folks don't have the wherewithal to clean up their sites upon vacating the forest, especially when there are large trash bins on site. If you get the chance to experience the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail, try to visit the Redwood Bar, but I'd recommend doing it during the week when the crowds are away. After tidying up camp, it was time to head down to the river for a nice soak. The Chetco was rather inviting with its deep emerald pools, a lazy current, and a water temperature that was somewhere around 70 degrees. Not bad if I say so myself. I think we're going to need to head back to the Oregon coast in the not so distant future, and I'm quite sure Shasta would love to join for another round at the Chetco. courtesy Wild Berries Market, Arcata, California. Smells delicious. Let's see how taste. Let's make a second bite just to be sure. Wild Berries Market, Arcata. Legit. Some damn good fajitas. All right, guys, just going for an evening walk. That is a really rad rig. I'll show it to you guys on the way back. Just going for a walk out here on the Redwood Bar on the Chetco River. Very busy, but it is a Saturday. I assume come tomorrow, like 90% of these people will be gone, but it's a really beautiful spot. The river is right here. Went for a swim, as you can see. So did Shasta. But this bar is huge. I think it's over a quarter mile long. Might even be like closer to a half mile. So take her for a little evening walk and then we'll go hang out. Well, had some very loud neighbors last night. Some of them were playing music till 1 in the morning. I had a feeling it might be like that down here, but it is what it is. I think for tonight we'll definitely be staying away from the crowds. But pretty peaceful this morning. Nobody is up at 6 a.m. except me, it looks like. Hey. Some Nutella pancakes, courtesy of our good friend, Andreas. About to have some right now. I'm sure they're going to be delicious. Not that I was just having a banana for breakfast today, but hey, when in Rome, yeah. Man, his pancakes are on point. Pretty incredible he can do this out camping. They are so fluffy. All right, guys, another beautiful morning out here on the Illinois River. Was a little bit loud last night. Some of our neighbors thought it would be fun to play music till 1 in the morning. I get it, I was a kid once. So what's on the agenda today? Well, I was looking at the satellite layer again. It looks like we're definitely gonna have some nice views. Hopefully we'll get the drone up to show you some of that spectacular scenery, some lookouts along the way, and we're gonna be making our way towards the confluence of the Illinois and the Rogue Rivers. We may stay over in that area, not quite sure. Got to see how we do in terms of mileage, but it's gonna be fun. Let's get into it. Well guys, we are at the Quail Prairie lookout. Pretty impressive, but also rather dilapidated. Looks like if you wanted to take a risk, and I don't think we're gonna do that today, you could scramble up the wood and get up there, but I don't think they want people going up there. But it's a great view. I think there's a red mountain over there. These views up here are next level. Got a little confession to make. I'm absolutely in love with the Klamath-Siskiyou ecoregion that straddles Northern California and Southern Oregon. The variation and beauty within these mountains and conifer forests is absolutely astounding. The contrast of the red serpentine landscape against the brilliant blue skies and puffy white clouds was like something straight out of a movie. Oh yeah, we managed to stumble across the rare flowering Kalmiopsis plant, which is only found in the Siskiyou Mountains. This next section of trail before dropping down to the Rogue River was one of my favorite regions of the track. For several miles, flowering rhododendrons carpeted the forest floor for as far as the eye could see. Various species of rhododendron and azalea can be found along the track. The best time to catch them flowering is typically late May through mid-June. We decided to make a small detour through the rural community of Agnes for a quick lunch stop along the Illinois River. The Illinois has got to be one of my favorite rivers in Southern Oregon, and this really is just a glimpse of what it has to offer. Be sure to check out the Siskiyou Crest Adventure Trail video guide, which has some absolutely amazing footage of the Illinois River Canyon, along with a killer riverfront campsite. Alright guys, so we just had lunch at Oak Flat Campground along the Illinois River. Really great spot. We got a little bit of traffic coming down this road now. So that was for lunch, and we are climbing out of the Rogue River Canyon right now. And at some point today or early tomorrow, we're gonna jump off of the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail and start heading east Probably doing some stuff over by the Illinois River on the eastern part of the forest over there before we connect with the Siskiyou Sasquatch Trail at some point the next day or so. Not sure where we're going to camp tonight, and not sure what else we're going to check out because we do have a little bit of rain, but it's pretty awesome up here. Lots of views. Let's keep going and see what we find. Dark brooding forests, fog-shrouded mountaintops, the mercurial weather of the rainforest, and exquisite views. Quintessential Oregon. I don't know how else to describe this section of track, but that seems to sum it up well. The Wild Rivers Discovery Trail delivers in spades, and then some. All right, guys, we're at the Daphne Grove campground on the Coquille River. Hope I said that right. We did a pretty darn big day today, but it's just me and Andreas, and we're rolling really hard. We probably did 120, 130 total miles, maybe 100 plus of dirt, but now we're here. Usually we don't stay at developed campgrounds, but there's like one other person staying here. It's right on the river. It's awesome. We're in the temperate rainforest. There's big Douglas firs all around us with the old man's beard. It's got this awesome vibe, and it's pretty darn quiet here, which was not the case last night. So we're gonna go enjoy ourselves by the fire because it got a little bit chilly today. Let's go. It turns out there's a little CCC Conservation Corps, Civilian Conservation Corps interpretive trail here. I have a feeling it's pretty darn short, but we're gonna go check it out. I'm sure Shasta wants to go for a walk. She's been in the truck all day until we got here. Come on, Shasta. So let's go check it out, see what we find. There she goes. She loves to lead. Oh, I'm loving this, guys. We are in the temperate rainforest. Old growth Doug firs right here. I bet you that one's probably like 300 years old. Old man's beard everywhere. And it doesn't look like too many people. Maybe it's just early in the season are on this trail, but I'm really glad we found this. And there's another. Oh, look at that Doug fir. That's an awesome one. Well, guys, that was a very short trail, but thank you, CCC, for building it. There was 3 interpretive posts, 1 for each C, I guess. We're at the river, which is pretty darn awesome, except it's kind of cold. I have the flannel on as well as the Patagonia jacket. It's like 50 degrees out right now. I think I'm gonna go make some chili. A lot of mosquitoes over here too. This was kind of cool, fun to go. I was hoping to go like 20-30 minutes, but I'll take what I can get. All right, we are taking an easy night tonight. I wish I had my father-in-law's chili, which is off the hook, but we're just doing some. I can get some denizens. I had a taste. It's decent. It's edible. That's all I need tonight. Easy night.
Okay, now we are ready to do something. something doesn't happen and other things should be happening.
Are you speaking proverbs over there?
I know, I'm starting to wax poetic.
I would love some Acme bread right now. Some semi-freddies. Dip it in
A
here.
little ciabatta.
Mm.
A little something else. No, you want a little like,
Some sweet or sour.
yeah, I don't know.
Something crunchy.
Bring.
Crazy Shasta. You could tell.
Here she comes. She's flying.
Oh. Oh, Shasta. Oh.
Now I do all the things only because that's just what I do. Right? I mean, it's kind of my thing. And here, I'll just get in, and everything will be ready. Shop and go and plan. Just have your stuff and
Raining again. Pack stuff up. Well, last time we were up this way, Smith River, we got rained on for 24 hours straight. Might happen again today, but it is beautiful out here and it's just a light rain. It's not too bad, but let's talk about today. So Andres is going to try to get home by Friday, so I was trying to figure out what we can do to kind of maximize our time trying to hit a big part of the Siskiyou Sasquatch Trail. So we're going to do a little bit more of the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail. Then we're going to jump east over by the Illinois River, get over there somewhere tonight, maybe on the Rogue River, we'll see. And then start making our way over to some new virgin territory and tracks before we jump over onto the Siskiyou Sasquatch Trail. Should be good. Not sure how much time we're going to actually be spending outside of the truck today, but it is what it is. Let's go. As we climbed up the mountain, the temperature continued to drop and the rain even turned to some really wet snow for a bit. It was a bit surreal to realize that just a few short days earlier, we were experiencing 95-degree heat along the North Fork of the Smith River just across the California border. But hey, that's life in the Pacific Northwest, especially in mid-June. Well guys, that concludes our time along the Wild Rivers Discovery Trail. We ended up skipping the last 25 miles or so out to Port Orford as we needed to connect with the Siskiyou Crest Adventure Trail to the east. Be sure to tune in to part 3 of OTG's North State and Southern Oregon adventure, where we'll take on the Siskiyou Crest Adventure Trail. Till next time, safe travels and Godspeed.